making it. They ain't giving it, I'm taking it, I'm taking it. Taking it. They ain't giving it, I'm taking it. Taking it. They ain't giving it, I'm taking it. Taking it. They ain't giving it, I'm taking it. Taking it. I need all that shit.
It's always sunny in Saratoga.
What the shit is up, Saratoga? Hi. How are you? Good. And how are you? Good yourself? And me? I'm fantastic. And how about yourself? Oh yeah, good you. What the fuck's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in again to another episode. I hope you. There may be 3 people in the entire world who are listening to all 7 of these episodes so far. That's right. I said number 7. We are on number 7, motherfuckers, and we are hitting it hard. I am so excited today because I have no one certain niche area of topic, if that makes sense. Like, I'm just going to hit up so many topics right now. Whereas in all of my other shows have been, well, probably the same, but somewhat I try to keep it on one item. So today it's kind of all over the place. We have some reviews. We have some cool stuff. I'm trying to think of what other. You know what? I'm just going to let it be a surprise for y'all. You guys are going to have a surprise, okay? All right, let's first item of business, I should say. Let's hurry and do our quick commercial that I know all of you love so much. Tryonit.com, and that is TRYONNIT.com. Check it out, you guys. Onnit is an awesome fucking company. Like, they have so many products if you like to work out, if you want to get smarter with your fucking brain, if you want to read more. There's tons of products and tons of ideas and things that you can, mainly things you can buy that are going to help you get to where you want to be, whether that's fitness, whether that's health, whether that is your brain. You want to turn on your brain. I don't know. As we speak, I am on Alpha Brain. Alpha Brain. And it's the shit. I love this stuff. It's that was supposed to be my mini commercial, like this badass, megaphone, like one of those radio cool shithead things that they're like, oh, fucking buy Alpha Brain. The shit will rip you and your brain will be smarter than fucking Einstein. Buy it. Nah, it is that cool though. I love Alpha Brain because it just turns on your brain. It really does. It gives you, I don't know, more alertness. It's not a body feel. It's more your brain is there. You can focus on things you want to focus on. Alpha Brain's my favorite product they have, but I also have recently loved New Mood. I know I talk about this, you guys, but it raises your serotonin levels, makes you more happy. It's got melatonin. You take it before bed. Me and my wife do it. I love it. I wake up every morning refreshed, happier than hell, and it's badass. Buy New Mood, buy Alpha Brain. Those are my top 2 favorites. I recently started using Shroom Tech, working out and stuff, and I love it. Like, I just keep going and keep going and keep going and don't stop. So I would definitely suggest getting Shroom Tech, but they also have Shroom Tech Immune, which helps your immune system. So if you're feeling sick or you don't want to get sick, you just take these and it cleans up your immune system, keeps you good, and all on the right levels, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but there's a lot of cool shit. You guys need to check it out. Again, tryonit.com. We're getting you a promo code. I know this is episode 7, and you're like, what the fuck? We don't have a promo code yet? I'm getting you one, bitches. Wait. Just wait. Okay. Anyways, tryonit.com. Get to it. Try out the shit. And you will love it, I promise you. That is our sponsor. We're working on getting some other sponsors so I can get you guys some products that I personally love and suggest. I would say Lamborghini, but they haven't sent me one yet, so fuck, right? Fuck my life. First world pro. All right. Well, you know what? First, welcome to the show. Officially now, this is the show part. I just want to say thank you for tuning in. It means the fucking shit to me. I love you guys. Like, it means a lot to me that you guys are checking me out on Instagram. We just made an official Facebook page, you motherfuckers, so go and like that. If you want to stay up to date with it, make sure you like the pictures and like the post, so that way I stay in your news feed. Otherwise, you're never going to see anything I post, because Facebook's awesome and they want you to fucking pay $10 to get 10 likes type of shit. Like, Facebook's a joke right now. I don't know if anyone else got the post, but the other day I jumped on my Facebook mobile and it popped up asking me, sorry if the mic keeps going in and out, guys. I'm buying a new mic today. I'm buying an official badass podcast mic, so just hold your horses, it's coming. But anyways, what I was saying is fucking Facebook asked me how is the experience, if I like the experience, if it's doing hot for me, if I want to continue to stay with it, and I'm not going to lie, I'm sick of Facebook, you guys. One, because now it's just turned into a money market. Now it's just how much money how much money can we make? As a business owner and stuff, they want to rip you fucking, because they believe, and it's got great things. In a way of saying, like, there is a lot of reach that you can make with Facebook and stuff. But recently I'm sick of it. All it is a fucking Tumblr. Let's post pictures here, let's do this, let's do that, and let's just reshare everyone's pictures that no one ever shares. We just like these random posts about hot teen quotes, or teens with AIDS, sadness, like this if you don't like AIDS. I don't know, it's a joke now. So anyways, I'm pretty much just getting sick of Facebook. But you follow me, you hear me? Jump on Facebook, and it is facebook.com/Saratoga Springs Radio. We are also going to be starting, that was my cool drum roll, a 24/7 radio, internet radio. That means music that you can listen to 24/7, driving, Facebooking, Instagramming, Tumblring, computering, working out, whatever you want to do. It's going to have all the hottest music. It's going to have good shit. I'm not going to play any of this stuff that no one's ever heard, and it's going to play 30 times. My playlist is ridiculous. I think I have like 4,000 or 5,000 songs, but all of them are good. You all know them. They're all hot item shit, and you're going to love it all. So anyways, we're working on getting that, and that will start very, very soon. But stay tuned. Again, follow me on the Facebook if you want to, because I'm going to start doing live podcasts, so you can tune in and listen to a podcast live, and then also that I'll be able to, I guess, play music 24/7, 365, hopefully, and we'll get this thing going. Unfortunately, I can't do FM because I swear I cuss, so I can't be on FM. Otherwise, I would buy an FM transmitter, and most of you don't probably live within 50 miles of me, because I have a lot of friends who just don't even live in the U.S., actually. Most of my Facebook friends, now that I think about it, are probably from the Philippines or Europe or Australia. Shout out to you guys. Holla. Holla. Anywho, you guys, stay up to date. We're going to get this thing going. It's going to, I've got some cool people that are going to be coming on the podcast. Some of them my Masonic brothers. Crap, hold on. Stay on here. Don't turn it off. I'll get to you. I want to hurry and give this guy a shout out. It's on my iPhone. You can hear it on Peel here. Ray Barnhart. I just probably fucked that up. I feel sorry, man. But I'm gonna have this guy on the show somehow. I need to figure out if we need to Skype conversation it or record it or whatever. But he's a Masonic brother of mine that I've never met, and that's the best part about being a Masonry. You get to know people, and your connection goes from a quarter size to fucking worldwide. And anyways, not gonna get into that. So cool. Well, I'm gonna have him on the show. I've got a few other friends that most of you may know, may not know. I don't know. I'm going to have them on the show, and then we're going to start doing lots more reviews and tips and items and things and movie reviews, and some of them I have on the show today. So let's start the show. Here we go. Number 1, iOS 7. That means the new update for Apple iPhones, I believe the iPod Touch and iPad Minis. No, what are they called? Yeah, iPads. Well, iPad Minis, iPhones, and iPods. The newer generations and stuff. We'll get, I think it's if you have an iPhone, it's the 4th generation. So iPhone 4 and up. We'll be able to get this later this fall. But I'm going to sneak and somehow try to get this ASAP because it's so badass. And that's what I'm going to be talking about. I don't know if maybe some of you guys know, maybe you don't. But I'm an Apple maniac. I love Apple. I really do. I love all their products, the simplicity of it, and they back up their products and they're badass. So, but I have nothing against PCs. Just saying that. But I'm so excited for this new iOS 7. Like I just watched it and really I'm excited because it's like my new I'm gonna get a new phone practically. All of the updates, all these cool things with photos. If you haven't seen it, I highly, highly suggest you jump in onto YouTube. You can pause the podcast or continue listening, and but jump on and look up iOS 7 for Apple, and they just announced this here at the keynote, and it is badass. It's like I don't know how to explain it. The new screen's going to look somewhat like it reminds me of like the 3DS, those Nintendo 3DS whatever things, and like it will move with motion. All new icons, all new even apps and stuff. Just gonna make it easier. And Siri's smarter. Siri has a more badass voice. They even have the guy voice now for the ladies if they want it. And it's just a lot smarter, and you can ask it more questions, and it can do things for your phone, like turn on brightness and turn it down and turn on Bluetooth, which is going to save me so much time, because that's my biggest pain when I jump in my car is turning on Bluetooth every time and then turning it off. It's just like, now I can tell Siri, fucking turn it on. Okay. Anyways, check it out, guys. I'm going to say this is good. This is good for Apple. This is good because I'm excited for a little bit of a change. All the iPhones have been different in like the screens and the cameras and this and that, but much of the things have not changed. And so I think they're finally stepping their game up, and they want to really take out Samsung. Which I think is awesome, because now I'm ready for a new phone, and all the things they show on the video just blow the fucking phones away. So I'm so excited because it's practically a new phone. Okay, last night, so we're done with that. Last night, rented, I don't know if anyone's ever seen it. If not, highly suggest it. This is another suggestion for Netflix. VHS. I've watched this a long time ago, was super obsessed with it, found it on Facebook, and was like, fuck yeah, I'm excited for this. This looks badass. So check it out. It's VHS on Netflix. But anyways, they just released their second movie, VHS 2. And I'm going to do a quick review on that one, but I'm not going to spoil or give anything away, other than this is what I'm going to do. Out of 10 stars, I'm going to give that movie a, that's hard now. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a horror movie that's actually a 10 for me. I give it a 6. They could have done a hell of a lot better. It is pretty scary. There's some good parts in it, and it's very different, but I think that the stories could have been a lot better. Some of them are really fucked up, and some of them are really, you can call out what's going to happen type stuff. For those who don't know what kind of VHS is all about, the first one, again, watch it on Netflix. It's not going to connect with the second one, if that makes sense. It's not like any way going to be connected to the next one, like you have to watch it sequel wise. But this is going to be, it's like watching 5 mini scary movies all in one movie, and then it kind of wraps around towards the end and stuff. So, but this one's pretty gnarly. I liked it. They could have done a lot better. I felt like they held back on a lot of places, but the graphics, the gore is so badass. There's so much blood, and it's pretty creepy. I'm not gonna lie. Now that I'm thinking back about it, like it really was fucking creepy. So, anyways, I'm gonna give it 6 stars because I know they could have done better. Because I would personally, I think the first one's better. And most sequel movies like that the first are always better, and then they try to outdo it. Except for The Hangover. I did like The Hangover 3. Did not like Hangover 2. But Hangover 3 was way funny. Okay, so enough with that. Highly suggest. You can get it on Amazon before they put it in movie theaters, if it will even go to your movie theater. Most places will probably not allow this movie into a movie theater. So I highly suggest you checking it out. You can rent it on Amazon for $10 for instant video. But you know what? In my honest opinion, if you're a horror fanatic and you love horror films, do it. Go rent it. It's worth $10. But get some friends and some people to make it worth it, if that makes sense. Don't watch it alone. It's not worth $10 alone. Otherwise, just wait till it comes out on either Netflix eventually someday or Redbox. Okay, that's all for that one. Next thing, I'm going to give a huge shout out to this badass on Instagram. His name is if you want to follow him, which I highly suggest everyone fucking follow this guy. He's so talented with his art. What he does is it's like whiteboard art, but he draws like movie posters, or he draws just crazy stuff on a whiteboard with whiteboard, I guess dry erase markers would be the best way to put it. And his name is @RockPaperSicko. and that is rock, paper, and then sicko is SICKO. And this guy is so badass, and I saw his images, and I started liking some of my posts, so I went and saw some of his stuff, and I'm like, dude, you need to make me one for my podcast. That would be so badass. Didn't think he would really even do it. Like, I just thought that, it's worth a shot, I'll ask. Dude, no, this guy made the most badass picture ever. If you haven't seen it, check it out on Facebook, or my Instagram, actually, both. And he's so fucking talented. And so I'm going to give a huge shout out to this guy. Dude, you are awesome. You're a badass. And you are very fucking creative. And I namaste to you, dude. You are just a fucking badass. Thank you. Seriously, it means a lot to me to take the time out to do that. I mean, you put a lot of work into that picture. So thank you if you're listening. Hopefully you are. Okay, next thing. Another movie review. The Purge. Here's the best thing that I'm going to say about it. The story is great, meaning-wise. Like, the idea of this purge, an idea of everyone having violence all on one day, 24 hours, or I think it's actually 12 hours or something. You guys probably know what it is. But anyways, The Purge, I love the idea of the movie. I think it's super badass. I think that, honestly, it would be cool to do. I think it would be I don't know if it would work if all people would just wait till that one day to have violence and crime. I'm sure there would be things, but I'm sure that maybe if people just were really pissed at their boss and like, look, I'm just gonna wait for the Purge day and I'm gonna kill you. Maybe it'd work. Maybe it'd be good to get release of all that negative energy that day, and I don't know. So I'm open to the idea if the government wants to do it. I just may be out of the country that day, or I may be sharpening my machetes and chainsaws and guns and fun shit. Because maybe I would do it, actually. But of course I wouldn't kill my listeners, so if you don't listen, I would kill you. No, really. Okay, just kidding. But anyways, the movie's horrible. I did not like the movie. I think they could have done so much better. They, with an idea like that, it's like gold, and they really wasted the gold. I mean, the cinematography and things like that are great, but it wasn't as gory as it could have been. They tried to do like a knockoff Strangers in a way, but it was okay. There were some creepy parts and little things, but I never got scared or anything. I just got more pumped, and the entire time I'm like, "Fuck, we need to do this, America. Let's do this thing." But again, I was more enjoying the idea of the Purge. The movie was not that hot. Again, out of 10 stars, I'm going to give this one a 5. It's a halfway. It's like you could really, really enjoy it, but you've got to be drunk. I don't know. It was okay and stuff. It was just really, I don't know. They should have done so much more. I don't want to give it away at all and stuff. Not that there's much to give away. They give away most of it. Never mind. Okay. So I would give that 5 out of 10 stars. It's a red boxer. I would red box the shit out of that one. I wouldn't waste my money on it. Or just download it online. I don't know what you guys do, you fucking pirates. All right. I'm going to give... Okay, so what I'm going to start doing now is... actually, right now, what I'm going to do is we're going to talk about... I don't know if many have heard about this. I didn't hear about it until someone posted on my wall, and I was like, what the fuck? And this is a shout-out to Taylor and my buddy Mitch for posting this on my wall, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have known about this. But this is kind of a huge fucking topic and a huge thing right now with this whole... I don't remember what his job is, but he's a Canadian guy somewhere in the government of Canada. He has a job. I don't know. And I want to say somewhere in the military parts that he is employed, and he is pretty high up there, and it looks like he's in front of either a commission board or something going on, and he's talking about aliens. He's talking about UFOs, and I'm going to play this for you guys. It's about 9 minutes long, but I'm going to play you the entire audio so you can hear it yourself. But it's pretty fucking gnarly. Like, it's him admitting, why isn't the U.S. coming out and talking to us about that we have made extraterrestrial contact? We work with them currently. He says there's 4 species of aliens, of extraterrestrials, of people outside of this world that the government is working with to get stuff on. I mean, this is a government guy, and this is a commission board. This isn't Mr. Hoaxy, this isn't this fake stuff. Like, this is real stuff in real government on public television. And he's saying, why aren't they coming clean about it? And, what are their purposes? What do they want with us? What are they working with us for? And anyway, so I'm going to hurry and play this, listen to it, keep a very open mind for those who are doubters. If not, you can skip ahead 9.5 something minutes. But really, I highly suggest listening to this. This is crazy because I wouldn't doubt what's going to happen here in the next few years is there's going to be more shit like this. Now that it's already leaked somewhat, they're going to have to be answering some certain hard and tough questions, I guess. And who knows what's about to come out. I mean, really, here, just take a listen. Here we go. I'm going to play it right now.
Although as Minister of National Defense, I had sighting reports of UFOs. I was too busy to be concerned about them at the time because I was trying to unify the Army, Navy, and Air Force into a single Canadian Defence Force. And that itself was a kind of battle to the finish. So this was not high on my agenda. But about 10 years ago, I started getting interested due to a young man from Ottawa sending me material on the subject. I told him I was too busy to read it, but he had confidence that someday I would. It took me a while to get around to reading it, but I took it for my summer reading in 2005 and was really impressed with what was contained in it. And what I thought to myself is there are huge issues here, huge issues. And the American people and the people of the world have a right to know what's going on because they're part of it. It's not just an isolated thing. I accept the invitation of Victor Vigiani, who's over here somewhere, and his cohort Mike Bird to speak to a symposium at the University of Toronto. And I said, UFOs are as real as the airplanes flying overhead. That gave me the dubious distinction of being the first person of cabinet rank in the G8 group of countries to say so unequivocally. In the 1960s sometime, it was a flotilla of UFOs headed south that crossed into NATO territory in Europe. And the commander-in-chief of the Supreme Allied headquarters in Europe was naturally very shaken. Fortunately, or maybe divine providence, before the panic button was pushed, the flotilla turned around and headed back north. Obviously, they had thought maybe they were Russian and they were very concerned about it. Anyway, an investigation was launched into this whole subject, and a document was prepared which concluded that at least 4 species had been visiting Earth for thousands of years. And this is my own view at this stage as well. So, except for that, there are just a couple of things that we've talked about that I'd like to refer to. And one was that we were referring to them as they until this morning when Linda Moulton Howe, I think she was the first one, actually named 3 different species. I don't think we can any more refer to them as they because they're not an amorphous mass. They are different species and consequently may have different agendas. I don't think we can say that they all have the same agenda any more than we could say that the United States, China, and Russia had the same agenda. Our real interests may be very similar, but as of now, our perceived interests are still quite far apart. One more observation before I begin what I want to say, and that is that we spent quite a bit of time talking about the 66-year-old cadavers, and I was glad to have Linda this morning finally say that there are live ETs on Earth at this present time, and at least 2 of them probably working with the United States government. The 7th, the Other species that I learned about not too long ago was called the tall whites. And this is when Paula Harris broke the story just a few years ago. And through her good offices, I had the chance to talk for about 3 hours with former Airman Charles Hall and listen to this absolutely fascinating story of how he was working with, first of all, he was scared out of his skin, but after that, when he got to know them, how he was working with, and finally they became to trust each other and have a good working relationship with the tall whites at the gunnery range at Indian Springs in Nevada. And these tall whites were living on United States Air Force property and working in cooperation with the United States Air Force and sharing technology with them. He wrote a book, incidentally, called Millennial Hospitality. There are 4 different versions, but Paula says that Millennial Hospitality number 2 is the best. I think that's the one I read, and it's a very interesting read if you want to sort of get inside the problem of what it's like to bump into these people floating across the terrain in the desert. Well, enough on that for now. My interest is in full disclosure. And my only caveat is I think probably I would say 95 to 98% full disclosure. I know of 1 or 2 things that I'm not sure should be in the public domain, at least yet. They will be someday, I'm sure, but not maybe immediately. But just as children survive the idea of the Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus when they become adult, I think that tax-paying citizens are quite capable of accepting the new and broader reality that we live in a cosmos teeming with life of various sorts. The fact that some other civilizations are more advanced than we are may be humbling. And it exists, and it's being kept secret by the same vested interests who control our destiny. Who are these vested interests, and what are they up to? Well, Senator, you were talking about a military junta. In my opinion, that is true, but I have broadened and deepened the definition to cabal, and the cabal comprises members of the 3 sisters: the Council on Foreign Relations, the Bilderbergers, and the Trilateral Commission, the International Banking Cartel, the Oil Cartel, members of various intelligence organizations, and select members of the military junta, who together have become a shadow government of not only the United States, but of much of the Western world. The aim of the game is a world government comprising members of the cabal who are elected by no one and accountable to no one. And according to Mr. Rockefeller, the plan is well advanced. Does this help you to understand why our civil rights are being taken away from us? I say us, because Canada too is included in the grand plan. So here we are more than a decade later fighting another war that can't be won. There is no country on earth powerful enough to protect its citizens against fanatical hate, as we learned from the Boston Marathon. And the mere attempt to pursue the impossible pits neighbor against neighbor and the state power structure against everyone. All of the freedoms won by the millions of men and women who fought and died in World War II are being flushed unceremoniously down the drain. The only hope of peace is a negotiated settlement. This will require a paradigm shift in American attitudes. It involves a de facto renunciation of the plan for a new American energy and the adoption of a pledge of cooperation with all humankind to build the kind of world which we are collectively capable of. Young people everywhere need to be challenged by a noble cause. They need to be involved in arresting global warming, creating a banking system that is just and sustainable, and lead the way in the transformation to the new reality that we have to live in harmony with our celestial neighbors, as well as seeking peace on earth. In a word, we have to become spiritual beings and practice the one tenet that the world's major religions have in common, and that is the Golden Rule.
Now, okay, so that is insane to me. Here they are, it's a government board, and they're talking about that we have actually, not only that they talk that we need to get in touch, but also learn to work with extraterrestrial type beings, that we actually, I guess they called it celestial beings, meaning that we're all out here. Think about it, we're only on a giant rock out in the middle of fucking space, sitting there floating in one galaxy. My favorite picture is the one that we've taken from that random, what the story is the Hubble telescope, right? Scientists decided to point, there was a black space of nothing, so they thought. And so they decided one day, well, let's expose and let's try taking a photo of this giant black space that was nothing was there. A lot of people said, why are you doing it? Because you're wasting time and money on taking a picture into nothing, if that makes sense. A black space into, a black space into space. And, but they said, well, let's do it. So they did it. And the actual photo that you've usually, I guarantee everyone's seen it. It's the one photo of tons of of like galaxies, like Milky Way galaxies. And honestly, you look, there's no way you could count them all in just that photo. And that was just one dark black space in space. And you got to think, we're only in one of those. We are in the Milky Way galaxy, which has planets, yes, but outside of that, there are more galaxies. And what's in those galaxies, and how the fuck could we ever travel to those galaxies at the rate we're at now, if that makes sense? Who knows? Maybe people have done it. Maybe there's been abductions. I don't know. But either way, like, this is huge shit. This is gnarly, because it's, I guess what it is, it's something that I've always thought, always believed, that yes, we're not the fucking only ones out there. And this blows me away, because now at least someone of an official area is talking and bringing this stuff up, meaning he knows some stuff. He's also talked about some stuff, and these aren't just conspiracy theories, because you don't break it up. And not only that, but if you watch the video, a lot of people are on board with him. A lot of people are clapping. You can tell that maybe there are some people out there who are very skeptical of it. I get it. If it's not proven, be skeptical of it. I totally can understand that. Believe what you want to believe. But personally, for myself, I believe it's kind of fun to believe in these things, because it doesn't affect my daily life. I'm not freaking out wondering if I'm going to get abducted. And I guess what I'm saying is I like believing in certain things. There are certain things that I'll believe in of this area. And this has got to be one of them. Really, I've heard of the tall whites before, the one species that he talks that they've, made contact, and they were actually working together out in, I don't remember something Springs in Nevada, which I don't think is Area 51, but it very possibly could be. Either way, I guarantee, one, we're not, we just got iPhones. We just got touchscreens that are, kind of really up to date, working. That's where we're at, our technology. 10 years ago, we were not there. Imagine what's going to happen. I get that. But historical wise, we haven't been back to the moon. Our space program's gone to shit. And imagine where other galaxies and universes, who knows? Maybe there's other universes. Maybe we're all in one giant universe, or maybe there's literally multi-universes. By the way, the difference between a universe and a galaxy, the universe would hold technically more, it holds galaxies. It's just, it is space. But maybe that is just inside of a deeper universe, and maybe there's who knows? Who the fuck knows? Really, it's insane to think about, and that's why sometimes you can get a headache just trying to get so deep. But talking about that, I think this is badass. I think this is awesome. I think that if they were to finally come out, maybe, I don't know, the U.S. will maybe come out with something, and half of it, they say for protection-wise that they don't want to release certain things, but I think a lot of it they do. Why can't we officially know if there are actual extraterrestrials. And I would laugh so hard if people started making, I don't know how to explain this, guys. I really don't. It's just fucking insane to me. It's, this has never happened at a time where an official government agencies at least somewhat talked about it. I mean, they always hide the stories. They'll hide and cover up everything and every evidence. I'm sure they kill people over this shit. And I think this is just an awesome time to be living. And I agree with all of the statements he says at the very end of that interview. Or not the interview, but out of his little talk speech, whatever you want to call it. He, is talking about that we need to become spiritual beings, realizing that the golden rule, what we do unto others, it should be done back to us. It's this idea of that, all religions teach that. It is love, technically. And if we have to work with, here we are as a planet, we really do need to we need to fucking get over our borders. We need to get over this idea that Mexico and the United States are somewhat different because we have different types of people. And same with Canada. And same with all, Europe. And this, I get it. But look, if this is true, which I hope it is, I really hope that the world can finally decide just to be one. Like what Bob Marley's teaching, one love, like for fuck's sake. I think it's really ridiculous that here we're all stuck on the same fucking planet, and if we ruin all of our resources, guys, we're done. Like there's no more trees. You can't plant more. Again with, what is it called? Guys, the storms and these things are getting gnarlier and crazier because of, global warming. Whether you believe in it or you don't, the fact is it's proving itself daily, and it's proving itself with not just, melting ice caps. We're talking Hurricane Sandy. We're talking, it's only going to get worse. And imagine if these tropical storms happen to New York City. Imagine if New York City could be underwater, because it is by sea level. And I know that, somewhere in California is completely way below sea level, including New Orleans. We've already seen it. How many more times do we... it's crazy to me. But eventually, I think someone's going to get their fucking head on straight, and we're going to start getting some shit going on, and realizing that, everyone's so scared of this one world order, this new world order, this, this one government, this one idea. And I can get that. Like, I guess it is kind of scary. We've never been used to it. We've never done it. We see that when, monarchy or kings and queens, and they kind of run the place, you have to follow their rules and only their rules, because there's no other rules. And if you can't run off to anywhere, and taxes and anyways, what I'm saying is, I think this idea of us all, if we truly have other extraterrestrial beings, which I believe we do, then we need to work together to, one, either find out what they want. Are they going to destroy us? Do they think like us? Are they acting like us? Do they look like us? What are their motives? What are their, what are they harmful? Are they going to hurt us? Are they going to take it over and take our resources? Are they going to kill us all? Are they, and that's the thing is, United States, yeah, here we are, 333 million people here. That's great. But it's going to be kind of War of the Worlds. Not necessarily it has to be murder and killing and all these crazy things. I'm just saying, like, we need to group together to figure all this shit out together, so that when this, and if it does, and they decide to come and visit more, and better yet, like, we really live among them, vice versa, maybe we can move to theirs. That would be fucking insane. What if we can move to their galaxy? I'm not putting it out there. I'm just saying that I'm sure they're millions and billions and light years ahead of us, technically, because the universe, we don't know how old the universe is. But imagine if they're billions and millions of years ahead of us. No wonder they could travel to our place. They figured out time. They figured out everything. I guarantee they know how to work with black holes and stuff like that. And they've been here for so long, and they understand it. They come and check on us. I guarantee that half the stuff written in the Bible and half the stuff written in a lot of religious documents, and especially older, just older type documents that talk about these type of things, that visitors from, angels, or these beings that come from the sky and their higher chariots, I guess. And anyways, all that stuff, that's really not that far-fetched, because imagine, no one's gonna, they had records, they could write and stuff, but when you hear about certain things, you're gonna realize, okay, well, I wasn't there, I didn't experience it, I don't know it, they just meant this is what they mean. That's not what they meant. They don't mean this, but, yada yada yada. Anywho, I just think this is really an awesome topic. And I just hope that more and more comes leaked or more official, it would be awesome to get some official talks and topics from the United States. That's what I want to hear. But maybe it is for certain protection. I guarantee a lot of it's government technology that they're using them. But I want to know if these aliens are like willfully, did they crash here and then we just found them and they're like in jail type thing, or if they are willfully working with us to better our society, our government, and these things. If so, I don't know. I'm probably getting way too deep into it right now, but these are just good ideas and topics. Honestly, it's endless. The things that will change and can change, and daily life will never be the same, truly. Because it's just like, what if you could catch a fucking flight to the next galaxy out? Like, this is going to be gnarly, crazy stuff. No longer just the top of the moon and whatever, but if we can actually work with them and they get in contact and we get in contact and I don't know, but I guarantee in my lifetime, who knows what's going to be happening. It's crazy. So anyways, we'll kind of end it there. I wanted to stop off with a few money tips. That's what I'm going to start doing. But I'm going to save that, and I'm going to put it on the next podcast. But anyways, I'm going to start giving little money tips here and there through every podcast, pretty much. I love finances. I love talking about money. I love making money. I love working with money. It's not that I love money. It's the idea that I just love watching it grow, and I love being smart with my money and watching that grow. I get high off of it. Like, honestly, I fucking love watching my money grow. Anyways, I could just give a few tips. If you want to fucking listen, that's great. If you don't want to listen, well, fuck off. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, guys, seriously, thank you for tuning in and listening. Always appreciated. I never know how to sign off of these fucking podcasts. I don't know what to say other than thank you. Thank you for listening. If you made it this far, yeah, you're a badass. Thank you.
It's always sunny in Saratoga.